Hey guys, what's up? Zombie here, and I'm going to be trying to record from two sources today to make sure that if anything happens to the recording, I will have a backup. So I have my phone down there recording, and I have you up there recording up there. Hello. I have my webcam up there. So today, welcome to Evilzombies Lair, episode 16 of the podcast. I'm doing both video and audio portions, so on YouTube you can watch all the episodes, and on iTunes and all that. There are limited episodes right now because I just don't have the paid membership right now to SoundCloud, and I really need to do that. But I also have them all on Google Drive, and a link below in the description below if you want to check that out. But if you do want to see all the older episodes, YouTube has them all 16. So I will fix that. That is one of the things I want to fix. Okay, guys. So, to start off with, we're going to go over several things today. We're going to go over some personal stuff first. We're going to go movies and TV news, multimedia news. We're going to talk about the anime recommendation of the week. Then we're going to talk about some cool tech news I thought was awesome. And then we're going to go over the main topic of the week. So, let's get into it. Okay, guys. So, first off, personal updates. Basically, what I've been up to recently. Since gyms have all been so crowded recently this month, because all the New Year's warriors going in for the resolutions. And no problem about that. I mean, more power to them. It's just I can't get to the machines right now. I can't get to the machines or the free weights because they're all crowded. You walk into my gym, everyone's there. I mean, it's just an ocean of people. It's crazy. But yeah, so this is all cardio month for me. All cardio month. And so far things seem to be going pretty good. I'm dropping the weight. It feels good. I feel healthy. And I'm just staying on track. My goal this year is to drop 20 pounds of fat, put on 10 pounds of muscle. It's going to be really tough because I've already dropped 38 pounds of fat. So yeah, let's have some fun with that. I was really debating on after my birthday's done next Friday to just do what's it called? The all liquid diet. Is it like a 7-day liquid challenge? I was really thinking of doing that with all protein shakes. I'm gonna buy my protein today because I've been out for about a week. I've just been eating a holy metric crap ton of chicken breast and cheese. That's basically all I've been living on, and I've eaten a lot of it in order to match the amount of protein I normally get from my protein shakes too. Because I'm trying to keep a certain protein intake so that while I'm dropping the weight, I'm also not going to maintain or drop any muscle with it, or at least very little muscle when I'm dropping the fat. Because you have to keep a certain amount of protein. Think like 1 gram of protein per pound in your body. So right now I'm trying to get at least around the 220 range of grams for protein. But I want to try and get a little more. But the good side about doing this is you're still going, even if you're eating a lot more, you're still going to drop a lot of the weight. Because it's like adding fuel to the fire. If you're not dropping weight and you're on the super diet, it means you're probably starving yourself and you're not eating enough. And a lot of people don't understand this. Okay, so you have to eat a little more and more consistently to boost your metabolism to make your body at least accept just the weight loss. It will start burning faster if you give it more. If you start drinking a gallon of water a day, you'll start peeing out a gallon of water a day. You'll start peeing out a lot because your body, once it starts getting enough, then it flushes it. It's like, okay, I have what I need. There you go. That's basically what happens. Okay, guys, so moving on to the next part of that. What was it called? This week, yesterday, I built a bunk bed. I'm really tongue-tied today. I don't know why. It's messing me up. Maybe it's because it's 4 a.m. That's normal for me. But yeah, I put together our bunk bed. For the longest time, we had our daughter set up, one with a toddler bed, and then the other one had the top bunk set up, and then her school desk underneath. But now, our daughter's old enough to open doors, go up and down stairs, run around and jump and play. So we figured, why not upgrade her bed a little bit? So we got her a big Peppa Pig blanket, like the full twin size Peppa Pig blanket, and I just put together the bottom bunk for her. Set all her stuffed animals on the back. She runs in screaming, jumps on the bed, so happy. Dad points. But no, it was cute. She loved it. She was so happy. It was a nice, like, 2 or 3 hour project of getting everything moved around the room and cleaned up, set up. It was a good project. It was well worth the time. So I was really happy I did that. And another thing we did that was kind of big for our family, we bought a new tree for Christmas. Next Christmas, we're going to have like one of those 7.5 foot and 60-inch wide trees, one of the big ones. It's a plastic tree, but this one looks how we want it to look. Because the last one we did, we got the $90 tree, but you can kind of see through it. From one side to the other, it's thin, but that tree, we're not getting rid of it. That's going to turn into my office tree. It's going to go right where Frank is over there. And if you don't know who Frank is, you can't see it from there. If I have to use the backup video, you can see it because it's over there. But it's basically one of those boxing mannequins where you hit the body and you can hit in different spots, and it's good for accuracy practice. You can set it to different heights. But yeah, I named him Frank. But back to the point. That's where the tree is going to go next year for basically what I'm just going to start calling Geekmas. Because I'm going to try and get all kinds of geeky ornaments for it. Getting anime-related ornaments, video game-related ornaments. Just basically things that are more me. And just that's going to be that's going to be like a big highlight in the office once Christmas rolls around again. Then we'll hopefully be able to do events in that, and it'll be nice. It'll be fun. I have good plans for that. So you guys will see next year, because I like Christmas and I'm planning already in January. So buckle up. Okay, so that was a fun thing for us about the tree. And then also, guys, this is not part of the personal updates. This is just kind of for the channel. If you're listening on audio and you're noticing that not all the pieces of audio are there, like I said, I really need to get the SoundCloud. Everything's in the description. And this is just a reminder. In the link in the description is a link to my Google Drive. If you really want to go backtrack through all the other episodes, they're all in there. And they're also in the description below if you're listening on SoundCloud, on iTunes, and stuff like that. If you're on YouTube, they're all there. All of them are on YouTube, with video, of course, if you guys want to watch. Basically, it's just me sitting here talking to you, and I don't know why anyone would want to look at my ugly mug, you know? Otherwise, you just get to glance at this glorious half a beard that I'm not allowed to grow out more. I used to have a big beard. And you guys think you guys probably seen it in some of the really old videos how I used to look. I think I arm wrestled at a convention with longer hair and a beard before. I used to have like the big death metal beard at its longest. I had a 3-inch beard, and I had hair that actually at its longest went down to my belly button. I don't know how I got into that topic. I just remembered it randomly just now. So yay. Now I kind of missed that look. I'm talking to my wife into letting me just grow everything out, my hair out a little bit more, so that I can do different things with it rather than just buzz cut. So I've been growing that out. It's been fun. Okay, guys, moving on to some real topics. Real topics, what you're here for. Subtopics. First off, multimedia news. This one it's more anime news, but still, it's because it's not that much movie news. But this is something I was excited about. Vegeta is gonna get a new form next week. Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. Yes, even GT. The first half of it. You know, the last arc they really didn't need to bother with, I guess. It wasn't that well executed. After the Baby Saga, they probably could have just ended it. Or a 17 Saga, they could have just ended it. But yeah, back on Super, it has gotten a lot better. If you started watching this show and gave it up before 30 episodes, no, I suggest you skip 30 episodes, watch those first 2 movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, and then watch the rest of Super, because that is where it shines. And when it gets into the Tournament of Power, when the tournament finally starts, it's a good show. Right now, Vegeta and Goku were fighting Jiren. Vegeta was doing better against Jiren than Goku was. He actually hurt him. I mean, the sneak attacks, it was just so awesome. And I can't give you much more spoilers. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Skip past the next, like, 20 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled in Dragon Ball Super. Vegeta is going to get a new form that supposedly surpasses Super Saiyan Blue. And it's not, we don't think it's going to be Ultra Instinct. They're keeping tight wraps on it, but it might be a different type of form. So that he gets something and Goku gets something. Because Vegeta's like, well, Goku can keep his Ultra Instinct. And Vegeta's doing really good for himself. So that's some big news. I'm excited about it. I want to see how this battle goes. Okay, guys. Next part, anime recommendation of the week. Rosen Maiden. You might be thinking, Rosen Maiden, what's that? That's a chick anime, right? No, it's like Fate Stay Night, but with kind of like those creepy China dolls, and they're all alive. And there's 2 seasons of it. It has a surprisingly dark and dramatic story, with dolls that all feel like they were horribly abandoned by their father. They're trying to please him, and they go into a giant death battle until one is left unbroken and still in good condition. One is left alive, and that one could be made perfect and finished, because none of them are finished projects. So that's the basic premise of it. There's Rosen Maiden, and then there's Rosen Maiden Traumend. And I think there's a manga too, of course. The manga goes a bit farther. But it's a great show. I think you would enjoy it. It was really well done. The music is amazing. You will love all of the intro music. I promise you. I promise you, you will love the intro music. It's cool. I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head who the artist was. But you'll like it. Okay, if you want to see what other anime I have seen, go to myanimelist.net/profile/Evilzombie123. Okay, guys, moving on past anime recommendations, tech news. Tech news. This is my favorite part. I like tech. Okay, so you know how I was talking about virtual reality recently and how it's really going to progress a lot soon? Like when I talked about the phases of technology? It's progressing already. The technology is being upgraded. Now that the platform has been invented, more companies are jumping in, and it's making the big companies jump ahead as well, because they want to release better stuff, even though they just released their first version. So coming out soon is the Vive Pro, which is wireless, completely wireless. They're eliminating that whole cord issue, finally. And I hope I'm not like making any of you go, keep quiet, man. Sorry I'm yelling. I'll try and level that out in editing. But basically, it has a much higher resolution too. It's completely cordless. That's my favorite thing about it. It doesn't have all the wiring issues and the cables going all over your floor or going from the ceiling dropping down. That's done. It's cordless. It's beautiful. I mean, it's compact. It's beautiful. I love that. That's a big step. So the first wave of Vives, I really hope they drop down in price because of that cable, and that this takes their place in the price point. So I'm really hoping for that, because the other stuff should be more market available for everybody once that happens. Okay, guys, and it's also going to be a much higher resolution. So the new resolution is going to be at, I think it was 1440 times 1600 per eye. So that means it's going to be a total of 2880 by 1600 for its resolution going across. So it's a much higher resolution, and it works, of course, at 90 hertz. So you do need a beastly computer for it, and you need a new computer for it because it uses USB 3.0, DisplayPort 1.2, and Bluetooth connectivity. So you can get a Bluetooth adapter for cheap on Amazon, like $10. DisplayPort, most newer video cards, even some laptops have a DisplayPort. USB-C 3.0. That one might be a little more tricky. You can probably get a hub for it and then plug that in either to your motherboard as a PCI Express slot hub, or you can just get a USB 3.0 hub and then set that on your desk and then have a 3.0 USB-C hub like that. If you're having a slightly older computer that doesn't have USB 3C or USB-C 3.0, yeah, because mine doesn't. My computer came out like a year before that technology, or 2 years before that technology came out. So people like me are a little bit stuck unless we upgrade. So that's a bit of a downside. But we'll manage. There will be adapters made People will be able to play this because they want people to be able to play it. Hey guys, and it's also going to have 110-degree field of view. So that means it has a decent field of view. So it's going to be about like right here. Not back here, but it's at least going to be right here. So that's not going to be too bad. I'm looking forward to that. That is something that will be really cool to try out someday. Might have to upgrade at some point. Which brings us into our main topic. How often do you really need to upgrade your computer? Now, a lot of people are troubled by this. They always think, oh, I need to upgrade every 2 years or every 3 years because the technology, it keeps on coming out and the games keep on getting better. The games aren't getting better. They're really not requiring that much more unless you want to have VR or 4K screens and you want to really boost it because you're sitting 3 feet away from your screen. Do you really need it to be 4K? And do you really need like this super high resolution thing? A lot of the time you're sitting across the room nowadays if you have a bigger screen. I'm actually sitting about 3 or 4 feet away from a 43-inch TV that's just HD TV, so it's 1080p resolution. So 1920 by 1080. And I think games look completely beautiful on it. It still works great. It looks good. You really don't need 4K for it. If you don't have the money to upgrade, you're perfectly fine with just the HD TV. You really don't need to boost it to the best of the best just to be caught up with people. Because all the other games still work on these screens and they work fine and they work fast. Everything works great on a screen resolution like this still. You really don't need to. The hardware that is out right now too is also progressing a lot faster than the software. So all the video cards that are out right now are way farther along in technology. They can handle a lot more. And sorry, I'm talking to that too. They're boosting along and do a lot more than the video cards, than the games are capable of throwing at it. That's why you're getting like 200 frames a second in some of the newer games. I mean, my computer, it's from 2012. So I have an i7 3820 processor in here. I overclock it quite a bit. 32 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and I have a GTX 680. So I can't remember what year that one came out. But to my knowledge, my computer is 6 years old, and I'm still maxing out Doom other than like one setting. I mean, I'm maxing out everything on my rig because I'm running at 1080p. I'm running at 1920 by 1080, and it runs everything beautifully. Everything runs smoothly. Everything runs fast. I have no issues. I can at least run everything at 60 frames, and I'm happy with that. So you can still do gaming on even older hardware. So do you really need to upgrade? Like every year. Every 5 or 6 years is fine. But unless you're in a business or you're using it for work or compiling and you need the best of the best to make things work quickly because people are just requiring that much more. Like if you create 3D assets for people or animations, you'll probably need something a little more hefty more often. So I would suggest like every 2 years do an upgrade. But by that time you're getting paid for doing that and you need that as part of your life. But if you're just doing gaming, you're perfectly fine. Of a multimedia computer, you're good for 8 years. Come on, just a regular TV computer. My estimate for gamers is if you get a good $1,500 to $3,000 computer, like a really good computer, you're good between 5 and 8 years and you don't need to upgrade at all. My rig has been going good for 6 years and I'm still really happy with it. I keep it cold. I keep it everything really well optimized. I always do cleanups. I make sure nothing gets too crowded. I check my hard drives. Everything gets cleaned quite often. You take care of it and you maintain it properly. It will last you a long time. Parts don't die in a year. They're going to be perfectly fine. It's your computer that's too bogged down because you don't clean up everything. So think of doing a cleanup because that might save you a little bit of time and you'll be like, oh wow, it really is faster than I thought it was. You can do things to boost your computer all over the place. Look up optimizing your SSD even, because if you're running an SSD for your OS, you're fast anyways. Okay guys, so moving on to the next part. marketing is basically what makes you think your computer's too slow. This is the big part, because it's all marketing. They released a bigger, better card, and they're like, be the best gamer, be caught up with everybody, be relevant again. When you already are, and you probably don't need to upgrade. My video card is 4 generations behind, and it's 3 generations behind? No, 4. It's like the 4 generations behind. It's still great. I mean, it's a beastly video card. It handles everything, and I love it. And that if I do upgrade, if I upgraded this year, say, I probably won't, because money. But if I did upgrade this year, I'd probably just go for a 1070 or a 1080, a GTX 1080, and then either the newest, probably the newest i7 processor, that's just within a decent price range. What was it, the 6600 version? I think it was the 6600 version. But if I did that, and then I got 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, I'd probably be good for another several years. Because it's up to date. The newer case would probably have all the different plugins I would need. I would just get a Bluetooth 4.0 or 4.1 adapter, plug that in. I have Wi-Fi adapters, so I'm good with that. I have a great Wi-Fi card, the Asus one. But yeah, that thing's pretty beastly. So if I just upgrade a little bit, I'd probably be a set, you know? I don't even need to upgrade the whole computer. I just change out the motherboard, the RAM, the video card, and the processor, and I'm good. My power supply is a 1200 watt gold rated power supply. It was platinum. I think it was gold. My CPU cooler is a beast. I have all the hard drives I need, all the drives I need. I have a great case. I would just need to upgrade those 4 things, and I'm pretty much good. That's all you really need to do. If you're doing a desktop, you can just upgrade 1 or 2 things, and you're fine. That way, you wouldn't. I can get away with spending $1,000 on a $2,000 computer. And then I would be perfectly happy with the results. It would be amazing anyways. Because it works well. Yeah, guys. Do you really need to upgrade that often? Like super often? No, you don't. It's manufactured. Everything that's out right now will run fine on your other stuff. I even did checks to see. I even managed to do cheap VR kind of. Because my video card only has 2 gigs of RAM. So it's getting to the age where I might need to upgrade soon. Now it's getting a little old because it has 2 gigs of RAM. But yeah, I did VR tests with the headset. I did the Vive test and it still passed. I mean, it works. I think you guys should just stick with what you have if you can't afford it, because me living in California, it's a bit of a pain in the in order to be able to keep up with everything, since there's no jobs here, there's no money. It's like that everywhere. So stick with what you got, because it's really good enough. It really is. If everyone's telling you, no, it's not good enough, upgrade, that's marketing. That's all it is. Okay, guys, that was the topic for the day. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, go to the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Evilzombie. I also have another podcast that's meant for helping out people with depression. It's kind of a self-help podcast. It's 5 episodes long. They're all around 15 to 20 minutes. And that one's called Surviving Depression with Evilzombie. That one's on iTunes. It's on SoundCloud. It's on everything. So you can go find that. And hopefully you can get help if you're someone that's depressed. This one's called Evilzombies Lair. You probably know that if you found it and you've been listening. Please leave me a rating according to what you think. Hopefully it's a good rating. Hopefully not a bad rating. But if you think I did good, give me a good rating, please. Thank you. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, press that like button and comment down below, because I love getting comments from you guys. My favorite thing in the world is when I see someone watched it and then gave me a comment, because I'm like, yay, I can talk to someone again. Human interaction for the win. Because I'm an IT guy and I live in a server room. I don't see people, except for you. I see you all the time. No, I'm just joking. Okay, guys. See you later. Have a good time. Have a good day. Have fun.